Good morning, everybody. I saw a very nice video yesterday from Rabbi Reisman about the attacks on religious freedom that are going on in New York State. The unconstitutional attacks on religious freedom. This has already been decided by the Supreme Court, Wisconsin versus Yoder, or Yoder versus Wisconsin. It's done already. New York State has no right. They want to play it that the aspects of the Constitution apply to the states and not just it says Congress shall make no law. Really, it's only supposed to be on the federal level. There's issues of religious freedom. They want to play it that way, though, which they have, and all the states have been doing. And that's how the Supreme Court has decided since 1949, when the KKK tried to stop New Jersey from giving school busing to Catholic schools because they hated Catholics. You got to know the history of what goes on here. 1948, 1949, around that time. Took a little while, for it to get all the way up to the court, but that was the case that decided that indeed the opinion of the court was that the First Amendment, the Establishment Clause, applies to state and local governments. It never meant that before, so it's clearly a result of FDR's overreach of power, which he learned being in the cabinet of Woodrow Wilson. Excuse me, but that being said, even there they decided, though, that this was not a violation of the Establishment Clause because it equally served all different private schools, not only Catholic schools. It didn't show any favoritism to Catholic schools. Here, but there's another Supreme Court case of Yoder versus Wisconsin, where the Amish were being persecuted by Wisconsin government to force their kids to fit into the cookie cutter mold that the statists, that the oligarchs in the state try to push people of a different heritage and a different culture into. And it's a form of imperialism, and that's what's going on here. It's an imperialistic attack on a different culture by the state of New York. And it was found that the government had no right to impose this on this different culture. And here it's exactly the same case. Now they're going to say, well, the Amish, they're producing productive members of society. So are we. The issues of quote-unquote poverty are really because the state decided that if someone has a big family, they're considered in poverty. I'll tell you my situation. I mean, I'm making pretty good money, and it's still, and I'm not under the poverty line anymore, and it's still hard to make it. It's probably harder to make ends meet now than it was when it didn't. But whatever it is, I'm trying to find maybe a third or fourth job, but maybe make some investments or something. I don't know, but these are the types of things to have in mind. Stuck behind this truck. Now, Rabbi Reisman said, we as Orthodox Jews of all different stripes have to unite to protect our yeshivas. He made a claim, I'm not so sure what exactly is going on. There are guidelines, it would seem, that New York State is saying that they need 7 hours of secular study, which is more than the public schools are giving. And he said, or else the schools will lose any financial support that they have. It might have to be, but then if that happens, and the parents could get in trouble for having their kids in that school, technically, I mean, first of all, New York doesn't offer K-12 like many other states do. So if we could have a homeschool option, that still the parents could decide, well, I don't want to expose my kids to this or that, you know, like other states have, that an online homeschool option, you know, this would be the ideal. Although I understand many in this community would not want to do it that way with online, but some other method that the children are in homeschool. And that's the way we could get around that. That wouldn't be, but the thing is, the Mostos, would they be able to survive like this? It's difficult, but he said, you know, we all have to band together, and he's right, and I wish people would listen to him, but the thing is, many people throughout the Orthodox Jewish world have progressive ideologies without understanding where the ideologies are coming from and so forth. So they don't understand that what freedom of religion really means. So freedom of religion is pretty radical and absolute. It's not like in Israel. I mean, that's the thing. It really comes down to this it's a Zionist ideology. You know, in Israel, the government runs everything. They don't have a constitution. They don't have freedom. It's a banana republic. They don't have freedom of religion the way we have in America. They have it like how they have in Germany or England, which is not freedom of religion. It's the government runs the church. There's an official government church, and so that's what they have in Israel. And in America, we don't have that type of thing. So the fact that there are people who can support an organization like the chief rabbinate of Israel being a government institution, it's problematic. They don't have American values. A lot of the people in the modern Orthodox world, although many members of the modern Orthodox community are turned off by what goes on with the Rabbanut and so forth. But these are things to have in mind. I would love to have the modern Orthodox and the more moderate Haredim be united for the sake of all of us. But what I think would be even more powerful is to unite with the Catholic schools, with the madrasas, Muslim schools, with the evangelical schools. We do have an Amish community in New York, a small Amish community with the Amish, with other groups, the Bruderhof, and other similar Anabaptist groups that do exist actually not too far from Monroe are the Bruder Hof in Orange County. And to unite with these groups against the left who want to take away our religious freedoms from all of us. I mean, I've said for years, and I was quoted on Fox News on a news article about this, the Hasidic community is the canary in the coal mine when it comes to the attacks on religious freedom in America, attacks on the First Amendment. Because they're an easy target. We dress funny, we have funny haircuts, we talk different. So we're an easy target. But the fact of the matter, and Jews hate us. You know, the secular Jews hate us. So, and the other thing is, you know, Rabbi what's his name again? I forgot. He gives the Shir in Tanakh. I just mentioned his name 3 times. Rabbi Reisman, he said that, you know, it's the Gentiles look at us as all the same. The enemy is not the Gentiles. Who started all this problem? Nick Muster. Who runs the New York State, education department? It's all secular Jews. Those are the enemy. Those are the Misyavnim. This is what we just had Hanukkah all about. So God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe, comment, and all of that.